I haven't got any fatal diseases, but a waiter's got the television on too loud, and he's not even, well, this is not for you, you know, would barman have the television on? I was just getting to the age where I could ask, right? When you hit sort of like 36, you can go into a pub and say, can we have that telly off, mate?
Yeah.
Right? Then I became famous, and now I can't again. So I have to sit there and see it, because I don't want anyone to go, oh, look, oh, he's changed.
Yes, exactly. People really want to say that, too.
Before it was, they're going to go, a bloke came into the room and he wasn't polite. Now they're going to say, Ricky Gervais came into the room, and they can pinpoint who that person is.
Oh, well, it affects your tipping, that's for sure. Yeah.
And what do you do? Yeah. What do you up the tip?
I got to double it, you know.
But where does it stop with you? You give him $10, they can go, $10 is nothing to you.
Yes, I know. See, that's the thing.
Obviously, everyone knew who Larry David was from Seinfeld, but many people couldn't put a face to the name. After the first season of Curb, how did it change, you know, when your picture was suddenly appearing in the paper as well? How did that feel?
It actually was, it felt good. I'm just talking about just walking around and going shopping. You know?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Because people seem to be enthusiastic about the show, and they seem to like me. It's kind of fun. It's like the world seems to be a friendlier place for me. It gives me more freedom. Right. Once I know people know who I am, it gives me a lot of license and freedom to behave in ways I normally wouldn't behave.
So it was actually liberating for you?
Yeah.
I took the other route, and I was suddenly very self-conscious, much more than I'd ever been. I end up just not going out in public. I mean, I'm very nearly Howard Hughes. Don't you think it's weird for people to know, they think they know everything about you? I don't think we're meant to be recognised, are we, really?
But people really love and respect you, so when they come up to you and they say something to you...
It's always nice.
It's
nice,
as good as
it gets. Imagine if they hated you when you were famous.
Right,
you know?
exactly, that's what I'm saying. You know, I was on a show in the early 80s, first show, and I just bought this convertible, and I took it out of the showroom. It was a Fiat convertible, and I put the top down, and I'm starting to make a little money. I'm on this TV show, and I'm driving down Santa Monica Boulevard, and I pull up at a light, and some guy yells out from the bus stop, "Your show stinks!" Oh. Put the top up. Yeah. I've never put the top down again. That was it. Got rid of the convertible. Contrasted with that, this is a hoot for me. I was in Florida last week, and I was standing outside of a restaurant waiting for somebody, and a guy came up to me and said, "Are you alone? Do you want to come join me for dinner? I'm with my wife." I said, "No, that's okay, thank you."
Yeah.
But it's sweet, you know.
Yeah, well, it is very sweet. It's just that, what do you say? You have to say, I can't.
I want to say, you've watched the show. If you came up to that guy on the show, do you think he would want to go sit and have dinner with a stranger? Think about it.
When do I start? Oh, he said it'll just be a couple minutes.
So you don't want me to start, is that it?
Just a couple minutes. You don't mind, do you?
I just think it's kind of weird. I mean, if you got your food come first, I would say go ahead and start. What do I care?
Well, I would wait for you to get yours.
I really wouldn't want you to wait. I'd be uncomfortable if you waited.
Well, I'd feel it would be polite to wait for your food to arrive.
I think it's kind of impolite to prevent a person who's hungry from eating.
Yeah, but we're supposed to be having lunch together. I mean,
we are having lunch. What's the difference? Do we have to start at the exact same time? I don't get that.
Well, I don't see why you can't wait 2 seconds for your cold sandwich. It's not like it's even hot.
Well, I don't see why you care if I take a bite of my food. How does that bother you?
Because we're having lunch together.
So what?
The two of us.
I came from sort of nowhere, so there was like a mad sort of interest, a mad frenzy, and that gave me the creeps. The interviews, just, you know, you get bored with talking about yourself. Some of them are banal.
I cringe every time I read anything, any interview. I cringe from it. Cringe. Because there's rarely a rapport with anybody who's talking to me. Mm. They don't listen even to what you're saying. They'll ask their question, and then they're waiting for you to give your answer, and then they ask their next question. It's never a conversation. It's always, you know what I mean? It's always
just... They do this. They go, are there ever times when you just, you know, don't like what you've done? You go,
right, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. You obviously...
That's exactly it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Go right to the next one.
And the other one is, they go there and go, okay. You're not giving me anything.
I know. I say to him sometimes, put that away. Talk to me. You know. Yeah.
You want to hear. That's an amazing answer.
Yeah. Right.
So where did you meet Jerry?
Yeah. Now the other thing I have a hard time with is going on shows, talk shows and stuff like that. I only see a downside to it. I see me blurting something out, some faux pas that'll destroy me, you know. Like if I had something booked like a month from now, the whole month would be ruined for me. I tried to get out of something today.
Not this.
No, not this. No, not this. I'm supposed to do this thing in New York. They called me a year ago, and I said no. And then I said, call me next year, just to get out, get out of it. Call me next year, never thinking next year's going to come and there'll be a call. So of course they called me, and I said, oh, okay. And now it's coming up, and it's on my mind. So I called up and I said, I put on my funereal voice, I am so sorry. I cannot. I'm sorry. I cannot do it. I've got a lot of problems right now. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And for 15 minutes, I told how sorry I was, okay? Okay, made me feel so guilty, then called me back. I just spoke to my boss. You have to do this, you know. I said, all right, okay. Yeah. So now I'm doing it. And now the next 2 months are ruined for me. Yeah, it's true, because I will never have a day now where I don't think about having to go and do that now. Not one day. I won't have one day for the next 2 months. I'm serious. This is all I'm going to think about.
Everything's ruined.
Yeah.
You just forget about it for a while, and you have a lovely meal, then
Yeah.
a little adrenaline rush, you go, oh.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, now it's only a month away, yeah. Am I all profile in this interview? I feel like I'm all profile. You're seeing the whole big nose, all the whole thing, huh?
Now, are you being funny there?
No.
Do you know you're being funny all the time? Were you funny as a kid?
No, not especially.
No?
I don't think I was. No. I would do stuff for the family, little, you know, performance kind of stuff, Elvis and stuff like that. You know, I'd come in and do Elvis. But I wasn't witty, I don't think.
I think you have to be a certain age to be funny.
Yeah.
So few people under 30 are funny.
You have to discover when you're inadequate in order to be funny. And you don't know
Absolutely.
you're inadequate
Who
when you're
wants
a
to
kid.
see feasibly good-looking, clever, popular people doing things brilliantly?
Absolutely.
Who cares?
Yeah, I started to become funny when I realized I was inferior and inadequate.
Mine was when I got
Yeah.
fat.
Well,
Really,
same
properly.
deal. Yeah, who's an audience going to laugh at? The guy who